Hello everybody. In this video, we'll try to cover the process of building an iOS app, going from the market research or ideation step to the App Store, and we will check every main step of the journey. And as you know, currently with the AI vibe coding and all the stuff in our era, building an app is not anymore about coding or building or developing the app, but mainly the challenge is more about other steps like marketing, like distribution, and like other steps in the process. So the barrier or the entry barrier to build up is not anymore the challenge, but there is other steps that make the journey worth like working on. So my name is Ayub. I'm an indiepreneur working mainly on iOS apps and SaaS softwares. If you want to read more or discover more about me, you can check my website. So we will start by the step 0, which is the prerequisite, and we will try to reply the question of what I will need or what I don't need to access this market or to access this business model. So mainly what we need is not something huge, but mainly we will need an Apple developer account, a Mac device, and most importantly, we need time to put effort and to have a realistic expectation. So this push us to think about the things that we don't need, which are like we won't need a big budget, we won't need investor or funding, like it's believed by many people. We don't need a big team or even a small team, so we can like start solo on this business model. We don't need at the early stage a company setup or a legal stuff or complicated things. We don't also need a physical office or physical place. We need a laptop, power slot, and mainly Wi-Fi. So if we have those prerequisites, we will move to the ideation or market research part, where we should like start researching ideas, problems, and research market for some keyword we can like cover in our app. So mainly the question here is how to find an idea, or how to find a problem, or how to find an entry point from where we can start. So mainly we can start by the first step, which is researching in our circle or our own problems and find something worth building or worth solving. So we can also like look at App Store reviews using some AI analyzer tools that can help us to figure some like hole or some underserved features or functionalities or things in the existing apps. We can also like explore Reddit discussions, explore Twitter or X, explore communities, Facebook groups, and all the related stuff to find some ideas, some problems, or some things that are worth building or solving. So mainly for these parts, we can like go on Reddit and try to search something like is there an app for this? Is there an app for and like try to find by this kind of sentence and find some posts that discuss things like this. And similarly we can do on other communities. Also we should have this mindset of keeping an eye or checking regularly the App Store top categories to know what are the trends, what are the new apps, what are the main things or ideas people are building apps for. And mainly the apps that are in top categories are generally apps that bring downloads or installs in a short amount of time, that push them to be on those top categories. So mainly they are, we can say that they are successful apps. So we can use them to have an entry point or a point from where to start. Also, we can search underserved keywords using research tool and the other spy tools. This is one of the most important things to do when we are like researching ideas or researching the market for a problem to solve or an idea to build. So also we can explore other stores apps. There is some great ideas that are available in other stores like Amazon, like Google Play Store, like Chrome extensions and other markets, and they are not yet available on the App Store. So we can have them as an entry point for our research. Also, we can check the marketplaces used for selling and buying apps and try to figure out some good apps that are profitable maybe in the recent few months. So it could be a great entry point for our next app idea. So for this part of ideation, we have multiple tools we can use, like the reviews analyzer tools. Some of those tools could be readreviews.dev, appstorereviews.net, and there's multiple tools, but you can try to check those two tools. Also, there is the tools for ASO and market research, and this is the most important in this part. So here we have like TriAstro and ASO.dev. I mainly use those two tools for my most of the time. Those are my two principal tools. There is also other tools. There is like a dozen or 100 of tools for ASO, but I try like to just put few like ASO Mobile, AppFollow, AppFigure, and there is others. Also, we can use AppBrain to check other store for other store exploration. Mainly, AppBrain help researching the Google Play apps, find the trend in apps, find the more information about apps on the Google Play Store. For the selling and buying marketplaces, we can use Acquire or Flippa. They are the most popular ones. So we can use them for our research or for our discovery. So for the next step, we have found like some ideas or found some problems that are worth solving. So here we won't just go like that and start building. But the idea is to have some pre-validation. We call it pre-validation, not because it's something that we will validate, but we will just pre-validate. The real validation happens when we will launch our app and get some sales. So mainly for the pre-validation, we will try to reply the question about the idea or the problem that we already found. Are they worth our time? Are they worth building? Are they worth to go or to put into the process for the building? So here we want to reply a question on how to check if it's worth building that idea or this problem or that solution or that app. So here we can discuss the POC or proof of concept, which is mainly a principle that push us like to reply the question: is this idea is feasible? So mainly that should be the first question to answer for every idea or every solution we want to build. Is it feasible on all the aspects? So is it feasible technically? Is it feasible legally? Is it feasible on the financial aspects? So mainly this question might help us like save time and kill an idea on the POC or proof of concept step before even losing time building or putting effort in other steps. So mainly sometimes we could have some ideas, but they are maybe worth building, but they are not feasible either on the technical aspect. Maybe we don't have access to the API, we don't have access to that database, we don't have the required technical stuff. Maybe on the legal aspect, maybe on the country we want to launch this idea doesn't accept some industries, or doesn't accept some kind of solutions, or doesn't offer the legal aspects to build ideas on some type of businesses. So after the idea feasibility or the proof of concept and that first pre-validation, we can go to the next step, and firstly starting by defining who is our user, who is the user persona, because before going into any other step or building anything, we should firstly know who is our user, who is the user persona for whom we are building this app. This mainly happens by defining the potential users, and then try like to communicate and outreach and engage with them to check with them if the idea is worth building, if they have this problem, if they maybe will use the app when it's available. We can also in this step do a prototype, have some screens, have a landing page of the problem and solution and around the ideation, have a waitlist collection process, maybe some pre-ordering or a forum to get some emails or some a collection of interest. We also can do competitor analysis and try to go on some benchmarking to find like downloads, revenues, users, and try to analyze the competitors or similar apps on the market, find if they are successful or not, what is their revenues, what is what amount of downloads they have, what are the users saying about those apps. Also, we can do pre-validation around the keywords. This is very important, and this is one of the things that we can control, because we can research keywords that are related to our idea or to our solution, and find the trio: popularity, competition, and relevancy. And this is where we wanna like filter keywords and find keywords that have maybe medium or high popularity, and have medium or low competition, and most important is to have like good relevancy to our app idea or app content. So after these steps, for the tools that we can use on this step, there is some tools. We can use the previously mentioned tools for analyzing reviews and for benchmarking and analyzing competitors. We can also use the ASO and market research tools we already mentioned in the other step to research the keywords and to pre-validate and figure the existing apps. Also, a tool that we can add at this step is Sensor Tower. It's a very useful tool we can use to find an approximative amount of downloads and revenues for the last month for every app. So also for the selling and buying marketplace, we can use the previously mentioned tools to use them like for the research of similar apps or similar ideas in the industry, and how much like they are making, or maybe find if there is some apps on those marketplaces that are like profitable, how much users they have. So those marketplaces mainly have some free access data that are very helpful in this pre-validation step. So for the next step, here we arrived at the building or at the development of our app, and mainly the question here is how to build the MVP or the smallest useful version of our app. So as you see, a lot of people start by this step, and as you might remark, we did a whole process before even arriving at the building step. And even at the building here, we will be just building the smallest useful version that will be having the main features or main functionalities that are useful or can be used by users. So in this step, the main question that we will firstly try to reply here is like what we will be building into our MVP or minimum viable product. So mainly here we will try to figure one or two core features that will be responding to our problem or to our idea. Then we will generally focus or aim for benefit and value over features, which is a mistake a lot of developers or other programmers we do. Also, we'll try like to avoid over engineering, to avoid perfection, to avoid building a dozen of features and functionalities, put a lot of perfection in the user interface or in the user experience. So generally, we will our goal here is to avoid over engineering, is to validate and go to market, not to perfect, but to have something useful, to test traction, to go to market, and then we can improve later. So for the next part on this step, we will also have some thinking about what we can use or how to build the smallest useful version. Especially in this step, there is a lot of people who are like not technical. They are not developers. So for all kind of people, we can use, they will figure out some or one of those elements that could be helpful for them on this step. So mainly we can use for our tech stack or our technology, we can use either native or hybrid stack. We can use also boilerplates or templates. Also, we can try to explore or go for no or low code tools. We can vibe code with AI. This is very popular currently, and even non-technical people are vibe coding apps using this. So we can also hire a freelancer or partner with a technical co-founder or work with someone who is like a technically knowledgeable to have like as a co-founder. Then for the tools of this step or that we can use for building, we can like for the development environment, we can use like Xcode for mainly Swift UI, or use Visual Studio or other development environment. Also for vibe coding, we can use Cloud Code, Cursor, Replit, and there is a lot of anti-gravity from Google. There is a lot of tools we can use here. We can hire a freelancer using Upwork or Fiverr. We can use Bubble or Adalo or others for no and low code. If we want to use an API service, we can use Rapid API, API Ninja, Replicate, and there is many other tools in this part. For push notification, we can use OneSignal or Firebase. For backend as a service, we can use Supabase or Firebase. So after this step, we are at the launching part, and the first thought we have here is how to get our first app users. So we found an idea, we pre-validated it, then we built an app, we went to App Store. So how we will find our first app users? So mainly the thing here is that we will need some prerequisite to launch our app, and mainly those prerequisites are soft launching with TestFlight. Maybe we can do a soft launch to test the app with some beta or alpha users. We can optimize App Store listing by cleaning and simplifying the communication around the value and benefits of our app. Also, we can focus more on the impactful, or we should focus on the impactful App Store optimization elements, and mainly the title, subtitles, screens, keywords, and maybe the app icon. So also we should have a process to collect feedback. Our first user are very important, and their feedback and insights are very important. So those first or early adopters will teach us more than all the things we have done on the development or on the building part. So after this step, we will try to find the first user of our app. So here, mainly, we focus on a part on the App Store optimization through the research, through the keywords, through all the app listing and the related stuff. Also, we can go back to our early users, talk with them, send them the app or the link, talk about them. It's like they are early or they are already an early adopters users. So they are already warmed around our app. So we can go back and give them the app for test, for feedback, for reviews. Also, we can try to outreach some potential users And here we will go back to our user definition or user persona definition. So if we have correctly defined our users and our potential users, it will be easier to find where they hang out. So here we'll try to outreach potential users either on LinkedIn, emails, or other platforms. So also we can add our app to some directories of products or of digital products mainly, like Product Hunt, Hacker News, Reddit, and there is dozens of products where we can list our app. Also, we can. The thing here is to focus on things, on strategies, and on actions that don't scale, because for our first users, it's not about scaling, but it's about getting the first feedback, about getting a continuous wheel of feedback, of insights, of inputs that will help us on those first days or first steps in the market. So also we can try run some paid ads on either Apple Ads, Google Ads, Meta Ads, or other platforms. But the idea here is not spending too much because our app is just in the first version. It's not yet solid or strong to spend too much on it. So for the tools that we can use on the launching step, we have for App Store screens, we can use appscreens.com. This is a tool I use most of the time. We can use App Mockup or Previewed, and there is other tools. For collecting the feedback from users, we can use WishKit or FeatureBuzz. For App Store optimization and research tools, we already mentioned tools. We can use the same tools. For exploring similar apps, especially the advertising part and finding the ads running by similar apps, we can use TikTok Creative Center or Meta Ad Library. So next part or step in the process is the improvement, and to make our app better, solid, and stronger after our launch. And this mainly happens through the feedback and reviews we got in the previous step. So those feedback and reviews will be shaping our product, will be the main inputs in our backlog or roadmap. So generally, what we should do, it's like we need to have a product backlog or product roadmap, and the inputs in this product backlog or roadmap should be made or written based on the user reviews and user feedback. So this is what will help us build a user or build a product by and for the market, or by and for the user. So also we can try to follow the user journey. This is very important, especially on the early days, to do a screen recording to see how users are interacting with our app, because it help us get a lot of information without even asking user and without even waiting for user feedback or user reviews. Also, we can use some in-depth analytics. We can have a real-time in-app chat with users, try to catch users, to talk with them real time when they are inside our app. Also, we need to have this mindset of shipping small increments regularly and small updates for our app. Also, we should adopt a continuous improvement step or process, and this will help us make the product better, solid, and stronger without even feeling the effort of doing this. It's we will have multiple iteratives, and in every iterative or every increment, we add more useful things, we solve more things, we reduce bugs and errors, and so we will be in a wheel of continuous improvement, and in every iteration or every increment, there is a better version of our product. Also, we should check and be updating the App Store optimization regularly. There is always new keywords, there is new intent from users. So we should be focusing on our app store optimization regularly. So for the tools that we'll be using in the improvement step, mainly for screen recording and app analytics, we can use Mixpanel, Post-Hoc, Firebase Analytics, and Amplitude. Those are the most popular tools. There is other tools, but those four are the most popular. Also for crash analytics, this is very important, like to keep an eye of the errors, bugs, and the crash happening into our app. So we can use like crash analytics from Firebase or Sentry. For the real-time in-app chat, we can use Crisp. For App Store optimization research tool and feedback collection tools, they were already or previously mentioned in the previous parts. So next, the most important part, which is monetization. So making the app sustainable is mainly or will happen mainly through monetization, through making revenue, through having sales. So for the app monetizations, the things to keep in mind, it's to have a revenue model that it's matching or related to the value, audience, competitors, and app context. So there is no one revenue model that fits all. So mainly the revenue model that we will be adopting in our app will have a direct relationship and direct correlation with the value, audience, and competitors, and generally with the app context. Also, we shouldn't overcomplicate the monetization on early version. We shouldn't like try to find the perfect monetization revenue model. Everything happens through test or A/B testing. So we can adopt some monetization model, change it later, and when doing this process, we will end by finding the revenue model that will fit our app context. Also, the things that we need to keep in mind here is like when we get feedback or review from a paying user, this is a feedback that is more valuable and more accurate than a feedback from a free user. But because most of the time, if you go ask a free user of your app for a review, it will be a good review generally, and most of the time. So paying users giving accurate feedback will help us get some true validation. So if we have a paying user that like maybe he's grateful or thankful for what we have built, and he find value and he give like a good review, that's a very accurate review, and this is the real or the true validation we are looking for. So also we put time, we put effort, we maybe have costs. So monetization is not something bad. Monetization is something normal, is unless we are like running an app for charity or something related, or like getting some redirection to other apps. So at most of the case, we should monetize our app. We should get revenue from what we have built, because the costs, efforts, and time, this is something that we invested in, and we should get like a sales or revenue for that. Also, the sustainability and the improvement and the support of our app cannot happen without monetization. So the main monetization models or options we can adopt here for an iOS app, there is the famous subscription model, which is a recurring revenue model from users. Either it's weekly, monthly, yearly, or other periods. There is also the one-time payments. There is the freemium model, where we offer some free features or functionalities, and other features behind the paywall. There is also the free trials, where we can give like a trial for user for maybe some days before he pay for the app. Also, there is the advertisement or in-app advertisement model, using like some networks like Google AdMob, Applovin, or others. And there is like we can use some credits or some pay-as-you-go models, but mainly those are the main monetization options. So for the tools we can use here for monetization, there is AdMob or Google from Google for monetization with advertisements or with in-app advertisements. There is also Uplovin. There is many other ad networks, but the most popular one and the most used is AdMob by Google. So for in-app purchase and for managing subscriptions, managing paywalls, and making the life easy on the monetization part, we can use Revenue Cat, Uphood, or Superwall. Mainly I use Revenue Cat. Next step is scaling, or like trying to grow the app, but most importantly without burning out. So I always say that scaling is not always healthy. Scaling is not a must. Sometimes staying where we are could be more or have more benefits for us than scaling something. So here why or how to we can like grow or scale our app. Mainly we can focus on App Store optimization, try to put more impactful keywords or more popular keywords if we find them. We can test other strategies, and mainly I say here we can go on multiple strategies testing and find the strategies that bring a result, the strategies that bring traction, and invest more there, focus more there, because we can't find what works without testing multiple things. Also, we can like have some assumption from other founders or other builders' experiences, but what makes the good input here is like to try to execute, to move to action on multiple strategies, and pick the ones that bring results. Also, we can try to do some influencer marketing, which is one of the most popular acquisition channels recently. Also, we can here do some paid ads. So here we can go and invest in paid ads. Why? Because we already have some kind of validation. Our app is already solid and better. We are already on an advanced version. We are not anymore in the early version or first version that is full maybe of bugs, errors, or some bad stuff. Also, we can always have that mindset of prioritizing organic growth, because organic growth is always beneficial. And here, we should also keep in mind that scaling is not mainly about acquisition. It's not always acquisition. Sometimes improving retention will help us scale revenue without acquiring new users. So scaling is not mainly just acquisition. Is not just the number of users, but there is other metrics like retention or working on improving our retention that might help us scale our app. Also, we can like in this step to scale or to grow our app, we can automate some processes. We can delegate and hire people. This is the part where we should like pay attention, because scaling or through delegation and mainly through hiring people. So I say hiring people is something we should only do if really needed, because it could lead to some negative results on our process. So this is for the scaling or the growth part. And for the tools we can use here on this step, we can like try to find influencers, maybe like use tools like Topiappers and others, and find influencers, outreach them, get from them offers or do some collaboration. Also for mobile measurement partners, if you want to use paid ads, there is this problem of iOS 14 and the attribution of the paid ads. So we should use a mobile measurement partner like AppsFlyer, Adjust, Firebase events for Google Ads or others. So those are the three popular MMP. Then the last step of our process, which is not a step that is necessarily should be a part of our process, but if we need to sell or to exit our app, this is what we should keep in mind. So mainly, what is most important here is the timing. So selling our app should be a part or a process that we should think about it the time we are on a powerful position, the time our app is growing, not when we are in a downtrend, because this is very important when we are negotiation, and this will impact too much our position of negotiation. Also for the assets, one mistake that I have done when I have sold my first product is the organization of assets and planification of the exit. So mainly, what I can advise here is like try to have all your app assets organized, everything organized in folders. Even if you don't want to sell your app, try to have organized assets, because this will help you on your work process on the app. And even if you wanna transfer the app or sell the app for someone, it will be a quick, easy, and clear process. Also, selling or exiting a product is not a must. It's not something that you should do unless you have a reason, you have a why. So also for the valuation, mostly based on the market, we are looking on the multiple of 2 to multiple of 5 of the yearly revenue, but there is multiple factors that enter into the game when we are talking about multiples, like the app context, the costs, the profitability, the revenue, the churn rate, the industry, and many other factors. But what I can say here is like buyers always prefer organic users, prefer low-cost apps, small teams, stability, and prefer apps with revenue. So if you wanna sell our app, the most popular marketplace that or platforms, there is Acquire, Acquire.com, there is Microns, there is Flippa, there is Empire Flippers, there is Acquirebase, there is dozen of marketplace, but those are the most popular. So there is other some tools not mentioned, like Trust MRR, like What's the App. I didn't update the slides. So also we can try to outreach individual buyers, mainly in LinkedIn or X or through emails if you have some. We can try to reach some brokers. They help on the process of and the intermediation between you and the buyer, mainly like FE International or individual brokers. They mainly have some investors or some persons interested in like buying apps. They have a pre-ready or ready list of those investors. So we arrived to the end of the video. I want to thank everyone who arrived to this part or to this slide. I hope you found it useful, and I hope even you found a new tool or a new idea or a new information in this presentation. Also, if I missed something, I missed an information, or there is some insights on some inputs you want to share with me or with other people watching this video, you are welcome to comment it. Also, maybe if there is some interest or some demand, I can like go into the process of like building an app from idea to app store practically, and like go into like the finding some underserved keywords, building the app using like vibe coding or some AI tools, and publishing or submitting the app to the app store. So if you find that this will be something of interest, you are welcome like to comment it and like share any feedback you have, and thank you.